There's so many different warm-ups out there that it can be really overwhelming. Today, I hope to bring a concise version of my warm-up so you can get on the wall a little bit faster, be confident and comfortable within the movements in your body. Warming up is very important to get our body primed and ready for climbing. Because climbing is a full body sport, it can be kind of confusing and again, overwhelming to figure out what pieces should I be warming up. The best way to break it down is to start from the bottom to the top. Always listen to your body. If you feel like your shoulders need a little bit more warming up, listen to your body, warm your shoulders up a little bit more. We want to get our body moving. I do this by a simple walk. This is a perfect time for me to mentally get my head in the game, get ready to climb, and also start my warm-up. You do not have to take the whole hour. You can speed up that process by just doing a couple of jumping jacks or jumping rope. I'll usually do this for just a couple of minutes just to get my body moving. Now that our heart is pumping with blood, we're ready to move on to the next step. Not too long ago, I took my first yoga class, and now I'm bringing that into my warm-up. If I were to go any longer with any of these poses, it would be a workout. So I'm trying to keep it light. I go into downward dog and I really try to flex my shoulders, push into the ground, and then I walk my calves. And this is getting my calves to be ready for heel hooks, toe hooks, and just pure engagement. From downward dog, I like to go into a tripod pose. And again, really trying to feel, how is my hamstring? How is my quad feeling? What are my hips doing? I'm really just trying to be aware of my body and breathe through the motions. If you guys have taken any yoga classes, there's so much focus on breath. And this is the exact same thing for climbing. We breathe with the movements of our body. From here, I bring my leg close to my arm and really aim to stretch the hips. I'm breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, really trying to get a deep stretch. Once we do both sides, I like to go into a little bit of a child's pose, stretch my spine out a little bit, and then move into cat-cow. As I'm breathing in, I'm flexing up, looking towards the sky, and as I'm breathing out, I'm pushing towards the ground, extending my spine. I do this about 3 times, sometimes more, if I really want the breath work. What we were just doing had a little bit more static stretching, and what we really want to aim for is some active stretching. For active stretching, what I'm going to be doing is squatting onto one side and shifting my weight over. And then I'm going to do that about 3 times. And again, the goal for this is to replicate some of the hip movements and the shifting from the wall just on the ground.
Real quick, I want to tell you guys about Underground Climbing. They have this really rad bucket. It's water resistant, magnetic opening, and it has a magnetic chalk brush that comes off just like that. So if you guys are in the market for a good chalk bucket, might as well go with the best, and it helps support creators like me. If you can't purchase a chalk bucket, that's okay. Like and subscribe, comment down below, and let's just continue to build a community. Spread the love of climbing. All right, back to the video.
I do not have the best shoulders. They're not super strong. They're always a little bit achy. So what I do is grab any 10-pound plate, doesn't matter if it's a plate or a dumbbell, and I'm just gonna start cranking out some shoulder raises. I really aim to look for all movements of the shoulder and just to round it out a little bit better. I'm really not counting, I'm really going by feel. Are my shoulders warmed up? How is it feeling? If it's feeling bad, listen to your body. Maybe you don't do as many shouldery moves that day. If it's feeling good, maybe today is the day that you can send that project. You can gain a little bit more confidence from that. After I'm done with shoulder raises, I take another 25-pound plate, put those on a pin, so now we have a total of 35 pounds, and connect my tension block. We'll get into that in just a few seconds. We work through our shoulders a little bit and they're primed and ready. Now I feel really confident and comfortable going into my hangs. There's a few different variations of this that you can do. Dead hangs with both hands. You can also do dead hangs with one hand. And then you can also do a variation of pull-ups. If you're not able to do a pull-up, I'd recommend sticking with just a couple sets of the dead hangs. I'm really just listening to my body on how it's feeling, how much force and power am I able to pull through. 3 sets tend to be my favorite number for these. In between those sets of dead hangs and pull-ups, I'll go over to the tension block and choose the 20mm edge. I keep an open hand and lift the block. For me, 35 pounds works great. For you, it might be lighter, it might be heavier, But please listen to your body, listen to your fingers. You don't want to overwork. It shouldn't feel heavy at all. You should be able to flex and close your palm. After the first set of just doing an open hand, then the next set, I'll look to squeeze in and out. How do you tell if your fingers are warm? For one, there shouldn't be any aches or niggles. And two, if there are and it's progressively getting worse, please don't continue. It might be a good sign for you to actually take a rest off of your fingers. I am not a doctor here, so definitely go visit your PT if there's any outstanding issues that you're finding throughout your warm-up. Now I'm gonna go in and focus on my contact strength. I choose a hangboard that feels a little bit tall, a little bit out of reach, that requires me to jump into a dead hang. I don't hang for very long, but I aim to do about 3 repetitions of these. What it's doing, it's priming my brain to be able to tell my hand to contact. Once I feel very confident and comfortable with going to both hands, then I like to go to the one hand. This is something that I've been really practicing and actually training throughout my little warm-up sessions for the past few months, and I'm really happy to say that I've been making really good progress. If you can't jump into the one arm hang, if it's too difficult or strenuous, jump into both hands and slowly let one of your hands go. Slowly work that one arm hang to the point where you can hit about 10 to 15 seconds before you start jumping into them. I'm usually pretty ready to go to start getting on the wall, but that doesn't mean the warm-up is done just yet. We have to translate our warm-up onto the wall. Focus on 3, 2, 1. It's a climbing pyramid. You choose 3 easy problems, then you do 2 medium, then you do 1 hard. You do it with about 1.5 minutes to 4 minute rest in between. At this point, I'm ready to get on the wall and I'm itching to climb, so I usually keep my rest a little bit shorter. Something to be aware of is your pump. How pumped are you? If you're getting pumped and you're getting flash pumped, take a little bit longer of a rest. Once you pump out, it really changes the session. And that wraps up the warm-up. I'm sure that my warm-up routine is gonna change within the next year, and maybe I'll make another update video about that. If there's something that you guys do during your warm-ups that I'm missing out on, let me know down below. I'd love to hear what you guys like to do, and maybe that's something that I can translate into my sessions as well. Well, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.